Hello and welcome to the Codex Prime podcast. I am your host Victor Omoayo and we are on episode 74 and it is Tuesday, May 16th, 2017.
I did it with 2 hands this time.
Awesome. And with me to my right is...
Byrd. What up?
Yeah, what up world? Yes, Carl Byrd is in the house as always. We do this every Tuesday. We thank you for listening to us and watching us on the YouTubes. Got another episode for you. Some geek stuff, some magic, some goodness, some beauty, truth, freedom, love, all that good stuff. Ain't that right, Carl?
I guess. What type of love are you talking about?
What type of love am I talking about, Carl?
And this will be the final episode of the Codex Prime podcast.
Oh yeah, but
if you hear in the back, we got the return of our good friend Jen. Say hey, Jen.
Hi, all.
Yes, Jen, our
That was so phony.
Jen's our studio audience, our friend of the show. She's just playing Miss Pac-Man on the PS4, trying to break her high score. Isn't that right?
Yes, the best game ever.
You got a retro gamer.
That's right.
I'm one too, so I'm not even gonna lie.
Oh yeah, that's what's up. So, a few things to talk about. It's a free form episode. We don't have a main discussion per se, but we will touch on a bunch of the nerdy, geeky headlines this past week.
Sure the hell did slack in that department.
Yeah, but hey, you know what? Not every week has a major thing, I suppose. But there's plenty of geek goodness to delve into. So, Carl, what have you been up to, man? What's been going on in your world?
Other than playing a shit ton of Grand Theft Auto 5 and working, of course, I checked out a few albums that came out within the past few weeks.
Okay.
I'm gonna start off with the new release by Wale, which is called Shine. Actually, not a bad album. I enjoy Wale very much. A couple of my favorite songs on that one are My Love featuring Major Lazer, Wizkid, and Dua Lipa. I mean, a few African artists, and Wale is Nigerian, of course. And then another one, you are half Nigerian, huh?
That's right. Yoruba's in the house.
All right. And Columbia Heights, Te Llamo, featuring J Balvin, which is kind of a little reggaeton type feel to it, but no, very enjoyable. I will play it at my parties. I plan on DJing real soon. Another one, it took a couple of listens, but it actually has grown on me, which is the latest by Kendrick Lamar, which is called simply Damn.
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn.
No, don't do that again.
Okay.
But has a few features in it. A song called Loyalty, which features Rihanna, is one of my favorites. Of course, the lead single right now, Humble, is on the charts right now. And also one of my favorites on the album, Duckworth, and I believe that's the one that's featuring Kid Capri as well. So it's still that Compton feel, still has that powerful message that he likes to send out. So I definitely urge you guys to check out Damn by Kendrick Lamar and also Wale's Shine. And other than that, that's pretty much been it for me.
Okay.
Yeah, it's been not a damn thing really.
And with it's interesting you mentioned Kendrick Lamar. I actually did listen to half of his album on Spotify, which I really dig so far.
Cool.
What do you think about his album compared to his previous two?
Good Kid, Mad City will always be I can't say will always be the best one because you never know what he's gonna come out with. But
yeah, that's a really good album.
Yeah, Good Kid, Mad City is a classic. I love To Pimp a Butterfly. That didn't leave my CD. No, it's not the last CD I bought, but it's it didn't leave my car for probably about a good month and a half. So that was the soundtrack of my life for a while. So I would probably put those in that particular order. If I had to rank them, Good Kid, Mad City, then To Pimp a Butterfly, then Damn.
Okay. And have you listened to his unreleased?
Yeah, the unreleased too. I would probably put that number 4 as well.
Yeah, it's interesting because I really like Good Kid, Mad City, and I also like To Pimp a Butterfly, but I haven't listened to that as much because I know it's a more political, more different sound.
Yeah, and at that time, and even still at this time, us, the Black community, we do need albums like that. So
For sure.
That's for one I was like really all up for, and so yeah, I urge you to listen to those two albums, and let us know what you think.
Yeah, indeed. And also, like, you know, now that you're talking about music, that kind of makes me. Let me ask you, like, with like, you know, with music being what it is today, like as far as like getting music, like Pandora, Spotify, the biggest thing, iTunes. Like, what was the last CD that you bought?
J. Cole for your eyes only.
Okay, all right. Was that relatively new?
Yeah, came out back in December, I believe.
Oh, nice. Wow, man.
think anyone buys CDs.
Yeah, I'm thinking, because I subscribe to Spotify, and I'm thinking, like, I don't know if I would ever buy CDs again.
You probably wouldn't. Streaming is like so big right now, so.
Yeah.
But sometimes I have such a big CD collection anyway, so I still try to keep it going. It has to be a CD that I really, really, really wanted though.
Yeah.
Or if I'm already collecting them, then I might as well just add on to the collection.
Oh yeah.
Like I have every Jay-Z album, I have every Nas album. So you know, a lot of albums I've been collecting. Almost every Ludacris album, every Kanye album.
Mm-hmm.
Like a lot of my favorites.
Oh yeah. Speaking of Nas, man, he's got to drop something new, man. I think this last.
He
album...
did drop a new single this Tuesday. I just never got around to listen to it.
Oh, nice.
I'm actually gonna tell you the name of it right now.
Yeah. Because his last album was Life Is Good back in 2012.
Love that album.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it's called On the Road Again. That's the latest single by Nas. So
Nice.
if you have Spotify or it's probably on YouTube, check it out.
Awesome. That's what's up. Yeah, man. I'm trying to get back into listening to some hip hop. Yeah, because I kind of fell off. I got back in the wagon like 3 years ago, then I kind of fell off of it again. So I'm trying to look for more some good artists that's worth listening to. There's still a couple artists that I do check for, like Run the Jewels.
Okay.
Like their last album, Run the Jewels 3, which is awesome.
Yeah, I remember you playing that.
Yeah, and I remember I think I had a Facebook post last summer. I think Wale actually gave a lot of good recommendations, and that
Oh yeah,
yeah.
And then we all discovered that your favorite artist at the time, probably still is now, was Gucci Mane.
Nah, nah, y'all. I mean, you know, I blame Aris. Aris derailed that whole thread because, you know, AWOL was giving some good recommendations, and then Aris had to come in with this stank ass talking about Gucci Mane. He just got out the feds. Show some love to your boy, Byrd. Gucci.
I really wish I took a picture of your face and put an ice cream emoji right on your face, like Gucci Mane's ice cream facial tattoo.
You know what? Any grown ass man who has an ice cream tattoo on their face, you cannot take them seriously at all in any context. But. Yeah, man. But you know, I'm gonna have to go back to that Facebook post and look for some of those artists so I can look them up on Spotify. I know that one of your favorite artists, I believe, is Future.
Molly Percocet's it's called Mask Off. It's catchy, but it'll run off on me so fast. And then the song with Rihanna, Selfish, is actually really good.
Indeed.
Future actually makes me feel like I can sing, and I can't sing for shit.
Future, is he mostly like auto-tune, kind of?
Yeah, and mumbling.
Yeah, well, yeah, that kind of sort of mumble rap.
Yeah.
That's not real rap, people. You gotta have lyrics. But yeah, that's what's up. Anything else?
No, not really. That's it. It's been a very low-key week.
That's what's up. Yeah, for me, I've been hopping on the Netflix and binge watching train, or what I call marathoning. I like to call watching shows from episodes back to back marathoning. I don't know, because it just sounds better, healthier, I suppose. Even though you're just sitting on a couch, but
yeah, it's still a binge watch.
yeah. But
tell them what you started.
I did finally start watching Sons of Anarchy. I did watch the first 2 episodes, as promised.
You sing that theme song every time it comes on. I will tell you that right now.
Yeah,
it's catchy as hell, and it's like one of them southern rock country type songs. You will sing the hell out of that song.
I mean, yeah, it's an intriguing show. I will definitely keep up with it more. I'll give more Sons of Anarchy updates as we go on.
That means I gotta start The Shield now.
Yes, do start The Shield. The Shield is an amazing show. It's my 4th favorite show of all time.
4th?
Yeah.
You got them ranked?
I do have them ranked. Like,
go ahead, lay it on.
Like the first 8 or so. Like, okay, my favorite shows of all time from number 1 to number 8 or so: Breaking Bad, Game of Thrones, Orange is the New Black, The Shield, The Wire, Avatar: The Last Airbender, Batman the Animated Series, and Justified.
Huh.
Yeah.
Can't really disagree.
Yeah.
I can't.
Yeah. And speaking of Justified, I know Aris was a big fan of that show. I'm not sure if he's finished it, but Aris, if you're watching, if you haven't finished Justified, please just finish the rest of the series. It's worth it, especially how it ends. It ends on a it
Ends on a strong note.
Yes, definitely on a strong note that fits the show. But yeah, worth finishing. But yeah, I've started that Sons of Anarchy. I finally got around to watching the episode, the miniseries Band of Brothers, the classic HBO miniseries, which is World War II veterans, World War II soldiers. That was a phenomenal miniseries. I can see why that still ranks as one of the most popular television shows of this century. And I also watched Book of Negroes, which is a 6-episode miniseries on Hulu starring Anjanou Ellis. That was very good too. The Book of Negroes, it's based on a real historical document which contains a listing of all the black freedmen and women who actually fought for the British during the Revolutionary War. They were known as British loyalists, and this Book of Negroes was a compilation of their records, their names, where they came from, and a brief snippet of their stories. And the Book of Negroes was a way to combine all those records and have those black loyalists actually move to Nova Scotia, Canada, to start their own settlements. So it's a really good miniseries. I definitely recommend checking that out. It originally aired on BET in 2011, and it also stars Cuba Gooding Jr. as well. So check it out. It's on Hulu, Book of Negroes.
And who's the star of the show?
Anjanou Ellis. I believe she also was in Baby Boy.
She plays Miranda on Quantico.
Quantico. Okay. Yep.
Oh, you know what I actually know her from? It was a movie I watched a long time ago called Down in the Delta.
Mm-hmm. I think she was in that.
No, that was that. That was Alfred Woodard.
Alfred Woodard. Okay.
No, she was in Undercover Brother. Okay.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah, so so I watched that. Let's see. I also watched a couple movies on Netflix. You know, Netflix they've been coming out strong this year with some original movies.
I noticed they're like popping them up.
Yeah.
Like MCU films.
Yeah, kind of, pretty much. It's like because Netflix has made like distribution deals with a lot of independent filmmakers and distributors.
That explains a lot.
So I did manage to catch a couple. One that I did see, which I do recommend, is one called Burning Sands, and that's an independent film on Netflix.
I came across it.
It's interesting. I think you might dig it. It's a film. It's a drama which stars I gotta look up the actor's name, but Burning Sands. It's about this kid named Zurich, who's a freshman at this college at this fictional college, the Frederick Douglass University.
Okay.
And he's
an HBCU.
Yeah, it's an HBCU, historically black college and university, and he's trying to pledge into this Lambda Phi fraternity.
All right.
And as he's trying to pledge in this all-black fraternity, he realized him and like 4 or 5 of his friends, and they're all trying to pledge. But the thing is, as they're trying to pledge, they actually have to endure all these underground hazing rituals, because as basically like in colleges and universities in general, like hazing is basically more or less banned or restricted among all colleges and universities, but there are many cases where some fraternities and sororities actually drove their hazing practices underground so that nobody will really know that it's still going on.
Right.
And this fraternity, Lambda Phi, is one of those fraternities where there have these increasingly brutal hazing rituals. And this kid Zurich, he's a kid who's a freshman. He's just trying to make it. He's trying to find himself, trying to discover himself as a man. And he's just trying to make it in school. and he really wants to make it in this fraternity because his father originally pledged, but he didn't make it into it. And so like in Zurich he has the support of the dean, the dean of the university, one of the university deans who was a member, and you get to see the stuff that he has to go through, like, you know, all these brutal rituals that he has to go through, like to join, all the pledging that he has to go through. Like, for example, like there's one part where him and his friends, they like the first scene, like they meet with one of the frat brothers, like in the middle of the woods, in the middle of nowhere, and he's forcing them, and this frat brother's forcing them to do like push-ups, forcing them like stand up and then do more push-ups, like basically really demeaning shit. You know, like calling, calling, just like running their names, like, you bitch ass nigga, fuck that, you motherfuckers ain't shit, and all this, just like running them down, like just like talking mad shit, just like breaking them down psychologically and emotionally. And throughout the film, like you also kind of see like what like Greek life, specifically what Black Greek life is kind of like. And you also see like a scene where you see the big reason why Zurich wants to join was because he wants to not only be part of this brotherhood, but he also wants to be part of this brotherhood because he sees what they do for each other, like outside of college. Like there's a scene where he's calling up a couple of people who've been graduated, who are like professionals, like he calls a doctor and a lawyer, just to get their advice on like how to make it. And so he sees like, okay, if they made it, then I can make it too, and this is a good network. And it's a really good movie, and it's a film that definitely gets darker as it goes on. And
there you go, Vic.
I won't spoil it, but it is a fascinating look. And the director of the movie, I do want to pull his name up because he does have talent. It's actually his debut feature. This was directed by Gerard McMurray, and he was actually a frat brother. Fraternity. He was actually part of a frat, and he actually talked about his experiences, and through this movie, kind of like this character is kind of based on like some of the things he went through. And the film also stars Alfre Woodard and Trevante Rhodes from Moonlight as well. So yeah, definitely check it out. It's worth watching. Burning Sands. The film did receive some controversy for its portrayal of a black fraternity, because there are some frat brothers who did come out and kind of spoke out against the film, saying that we're not brutal, we don't engage in hazing, or if we do, it's not that brutal to that extent.
It's just a movie. Calm down.
But yeah, like it is rooted in truth, and especially from the director's experience. So there's that. But yeah, check it out. Burning Sands is on Netflix. And one last movie that I did check out, which I do recommend, it is available on Blu-ray and DVD. It's an awesome documentary called...
Yeah, from the library?
No, I did get it from Netflix. I still get their discs. I still rent their Blu-rays and DVDs.
I swear, you are the only person I know who still uses the DVD service.
I probably am. But, because I keep up with movies a lot, I gotta, keep up to date with like what's available, But the movie that I checked out is an awesome documentary called "I Am Not Your Negro," and it's directed by Raoul Peck, who directed the 2000 film Lumumba. And "I Am Not Your Negro," it's a film about James Baldwin, who's the great American writer and commentator on race and pop culture during his day. And the film is not so much a biography of James Baldwin, so much as it's about like his observations on race and how it affected American culture. And like the title was actually taken from, I think, a book that he was working on before he died. He wanted to work on a book which focused on the lives and assassinations of three of his friends, which were Medgar Evers, Malcolm X, and Martin Luther King. And through their assassinations in their lives, he wanted to examine how race kind of shaped American culture. And the movie and the documentary is excellent because like throughout the film, it's narrated by Samuel L. Jackson.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Please tell me he says motherfucker.
I think he does drop maybe the F bomb here, like in one instance, just like I guess reading off the page. Oh, actually no, maybe he did. I know he did use some language, but not. He wasn't in full Samuel L. Jackson mode. But he read it in like the tone and like the cadence of James Baldwin. It's kind of very subdued, very But it was cool because like Jackson was reading off he was reading from Baldwin's written words. And throughout the film, like, you kind of see like how Baldwin viewed pop culture. Like, for example, one of the things that kind of struck me is how he viewed entertainment, and how he said that how entertainment is kind of presented as a narcotic. This is just a way for people to forget their troubles, like at the expense of, you know, not paying attention or ignoring social problems.
I agree with that.
Yep, and you definitely see that with reality TV nowadays, which is why I hate reality TV so much. But one of the observations that he made was that, like, America had this habit of portraying themselves as, you know, as this sort of country that was full of innocence, especially during the 40s and 50s, where you had films like movie musicals, films like starring like Gary Cooper or Doris Day, like actors that kind of portray like the so-called innocence of America. Whereas on the flip side, the real life was not so innocent, where you had many people, you know, going through all this racist shit. Right. Some people getting killed and whatnot, like Emmett Till among others. And he kind of examines how America was kind of too afraid to be really honest with themselves, with their racial history and their racist history, especially through their movies and television shows. That was one element that kind of stood out to me. Another element that kind of stood out to me about the documentary too was like the things that he like how he explained how he was a witness to history. Like, he kind of explained like his feelings about like the Christian church, of like how he didn't really like he was a Christian, but he wasn't like too gung-ho about, you know,
the religious aspect
of it, like the dogma of it, but he did believe in God. He also examined like his own stance, like during the Black Power movement, like how James Baldwin, like, he cast himself as a witness to history and like a commentator to history, like shedding light on the racism and injustice. How like he didn't view himself as being someone who wanted to join the the Black Panthers or like the Nation of Islam, because, you know, he didn't believe that all white people were devils, for example. So he didn't really join those movements. At the same time, he didn't really join the NAACP because he noticed like there was a lot of like classism going on in that organization, where you had a lot of, to put it bluntly, like what we would call bougie Negroes, if you will. Like basically people like who are like upper middle class or middle class, like who thought themselves like, oh, we're the good black folk, we're the superior black folk, we're not the hood or the ghetto black folk. You know what I mean? Yeah. So for James Baldwin, that kind of distanced himself from joining that organization, although he did respect their work. So for him, he cast himself as more like a commentator and a witness to history, and as well as somebody who experienced it too. But like, it's a really deep documentary, and I highly recommend it for anyone to check it out. It's called I Am Not Your Negro. It's available on Blu-ray and DVD. It might hit streaming services eventually, like most documentaries. But yeah, check it out, man, if you want to get some deep thought about racism in America.
All right, stay woke, y'all.
Yes, stay woke. So yeah, what else we got?
News and items of interest.
Yes, Cindy. Yes, indeed.
Right, you want to start it off?
Yes, I will kick it off. We have a couple of trailers that dropped for some upcoming television shows coming out this fall on Fox. One is called Gifted. And Gifted, it's directed by Bryan Singer, and it is set in the X-Men universe. And this series is about a suburban family who discovers that their teenage children are mutants. And so this family, after this discovery, they're forced to go on the run. And they seek help from this underground network of mutants. But what makes things complicated is that the family's father, Reed, this guy named Reed, his job is actually jailing and hunting down mutants. So even though he discovers that he has to protect his kids, but at the same time his job is, you know,
taking out mutants,
hunting down mutants and persecuting them, kind of like,
That's interesting.
Yeah, interesting premise. Bryan Singer is directing it, so we'll definitely see like some of his like flourishes from like the X-Men films to this. This is a series that I'll probably check out this fall. I know that X-Men is starting to come back on television, especially with Legion.
I still gotta watch that.
Yeah, that's a show that Aris did recommend a couple weeks ago. I do want to watch that at some point. But hey, it's definitely the trailer dropped on YouTube. It definitely has a lot of promise. So I will check this show out. Gifted. Another trailer that dropped, another series coming out this fall is a new sitcom by Seth MacFarlane called The Orville, which is a spoof of Star Trek, and it's live action. What do you think about this one, Carl?
I give it 3 seasons.
3 seasons?
And I'm being generous.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna give it 1, maybe 2. I don't know, man. It's weird because like it looks. I know it's a total spoof of Star Trek, and maybe,
it looks like it's trying to hide.
Yeah, and it looks really cheap though.
Yeah.
Like I don't know if that's the point of the show, but like for a sitcom, I don't know. It looks like, oof. It looks like a YouTube production, kind of, in terms of like its production values.
It does. It really does. I mean, I'm a fan of Seth MacFarlane. I love Family Guy still to this day.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I love Ted 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Cleveland Show, not so much. Not Family Guy. American Dad, I can dabble on it here and there. But I'm not really committed as I am to Family Guy, but I don't see myself committing to this one. I really don't.
Yeah, me neither.
I'll give it a shot.
Yeah, and also I take my comment I said back about, it looks like a YouTube production, because there are many YouTube productions that look legit.
Yeah.
So, but like on a sitcom level, like it does look really, really cheap. Like they made no effort into at least making it look like a believable, sci-fi universe. Even though I know it's a parody, I don't know. Like for me, it might hit. It could work. It might find its fans, but for some reason, like for me, like I'm not too into Seth MacFarlane as a live action like actor. Like he definitely kills that as a voice actor, obviously with Family Guy and Cleveland Show among others, and Ted. But as an actor, like in front of the camera,
you're not sold.
Not really sold.
Neither. I didn't even bother seeing what's that? 1,000 Ways to Die in the West.
Oh, A Million Ways to Die in the West.
A Million. Yeah, I didn't even bother. I haven't even watched it.
Yeah, I haven't seen it either, but from what I've been told, like from a couple of friends I know who watched it, said it's not worth your time.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Orville, hey, it might find its fans, but hey, we'll just wait and see.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right, Judge Dredd TV series in development. I Am Global and UK games developer and publisher Rebellion, the same crew behind 2012's Dredd, have struck a deal to create a TV show called Judge Dredd Mega City 1. The show will be an ensemble drama about a team of judges fighting crime in a violent, sprawling metropolis. I have not seen the 2012 Dredd. I did see the Sylvester Stallone one as a kid. I was like, yo, this is awesome. I remember Blockbuster Video had a little video game tournament. Wake your ass up. So.
Yeah.
And they had like a video game tournament where like you had to play 2 games to further qualify. And the first one was NBA Jam. And the second one was Judge Dredd. And I did okay. I didn't really make it, but I did all right. I didn't suck.
Well,
so it's worth checking out.
All right.
You hated it. Okay, we get the point.
No.
Move on.
All right. I'm not gonna say that I hated it because, like, full disclosure, I really haven't seen the whole thing. I've only seen like snippets here and there. But it's interesting because like the film, the original Judge Dredd looks like pure 90s cheese.
And it was the 90s. I mean, I appreciate it. I watched it in the 90s. I appreciate what it was.
Right, point taken. But obviously, even though I don't follow the comics, I know from reviews that I've read that the original Stallone film did not hold true to the comics at all. Like for example, Stallone had his helmet off, most of the time, where Judge Dredd, the actual character in the comics, never takes it off. And I am looking as far as Judge Dredd Mega City 1, the upcoming TV show. This is one I actually am looking forward to, because I did watch the 2012 film with Carl Urban, which is an awesome flick. I know you haven't seen it though, right?
Nah.
Oh man, you gotta see it. I mean, you can pick up the Blu-ray at Best Buy for $5. It's mad cheap. So like, it came out. This is a film that came out in 2012. It was vastly underrated. It didn't profit well in theaters. Even I slept on it until like a year later after I sat down and watched it. I'm like, oh my god, I should have seen this in theaters. But man, the Carl Urban film is awesome because it takes place in like this one this one apartment building, and Lena Headey plays the criminal drug lord Mama, who's like a drug dealer, and she has this drug.
She plays such a good evil bitch.
She does, and she's a total C word in this movie, where she has this. She's peddling this drug called slow-mo, where if you inhale it, like time slows down, or it appears to slow down. And and the visual effects are really awesome because like when Judge Dredd
I can get this drug. You know how much shit I can get done?
Well, no, time literally you perceive time slow down.
Oh, yeah.
So even though you'd be moving normally, like things just like move like this. So like if you're getting shot up by Judge Dredd, and he does a lot of shooting up bad guys in that film, like you see the bullet coming at you and you ain't moving. You see everything.
I misunderstood that. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it is an awesome film. Like think of The Raid, but with less kung fu and way more guns, because it's like a similar premise. But the film was underrated. It didn't get its props, but I'm really glad that we're gonna see the Judge Dredd universe be revisited in the film. Now I'm not sure if it's a continuation of the Carl Urban Dredd. It might, or if it might take place in the same universe. But I'm really glad because Judge Dredd is a really interesting character in that whole universe, and it kind of deals with like fascism, basically, where cops are judges, judge, jury, and executioner.
Right.
They can sentence you on the spot, but it's like kind of like violence begets violence, where the cops have to be more violent because criminals are becoming way more violent. So the cops have to turn up the heat.
It sounds like a show for the mouth breathing, popcorn munching. I can never get that.
It's not for the popcorn munching mouth breathers. I mean, Dredd. It's at least the movie and maybe the comics. It's definitely a series that has way more substance than just run of the mill, run and gun, cops and criminals dramas. But I do remember the Super Nintendo game. That was pretty cool. But yeah, this is a show I'm looking forward to. So I'll definitely keep up with the news as it develops. But definitely check out the 2012 film if you haven't seen it, because that film with Carl Urban, it's badass.
All right.
Yeah. You want to get the next?
Sure. Steve McQueen to direct a new Tupac documentary. The director of 12 Years a Slave is directing a new fully authorized full-length documentary, on the late rapper. Gloria Cox, Tupac's aunt and Afeni Shakur's sister, will serve as executive producer. Tupac was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame last month, and the upcoming biopic All Eyes on Me comes out June 16th.
Yeah,
Not gonna watch it.
You're not gonna watch a Tupac documentary?
No, we already had a Tupac Resurrection, which I really felt that told his story. We're about to get the biopic. Mm-hmm. And his mother's not going to be involved. God rest her soul. Mm-hmm. But yeah, and his sister's not involved. His immediate family isn't involved, and I feel like those are the ones who can really tell his story the best.
Perhaps, but they did. The estate gave Steve McQueen their blessing to do the documentary. But that's interesting because I mean, like as you said, Tupac Resurrection. That's an excellent documentary.
I love it. I went to the theater to watch that one.
Oh wow, yeah, that documentary came out in
half the soundtrack too.
Oh yeah, the soundtrack was good. It had the Broken Wings song in it, right? Or was that?
You're thinking of Running, Dying to Live. That was on the Tupac Resurrection. You're thinking Until the End of Time, which is on his album, the double album.
Yeah. Until
the End of Time.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Cause I think they came out like a year apart, or a couple years apart. No. Because Resurrection came out in 2003, and that double album
that double album came out.
I want to say like 2001.
Yeah. Maybe.
Yeah,
I would say that. Yeah.
Yeah. So a couple years apart.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's interesting because Steve McQueen's a fantastic director, and even though Resurrection kind of, in my view, and as well as yours, kind of sums up Tupac's life, especially in his own words.
Yeah.
I am interested in seeing what this new documentary has to offer. Maybe it provides even more new insights about his life.
I mean, we've heard the story. We've heard the story plenty of times. We've already heard the story.
Yeah.
In that particular documentary, the Biggie and Tupac documentary. I'm sure he's had a couple of True Hollywood Stories and Behind the Musics. Mm-hmm. It'll literally just be like Spider-Man origin story over and over again. We know Uncle Ben dies.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I kind of got you. But you know, I think it's interesting that Tupac, like Tupac fever, if you will, is coming back because it's been 21 years since he passed. Since he was
done. I remember like it was yesterday.
Yeah.
I literally was watching Ren and Stimpy, and it just showed that he died on the bottom of the screen.
Oh, on the news ticker.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember like because then there's like mad conspiracy theories about Tupac.
Oh, there's still conspiracy. Yeah, he's in Cuba.
Cuba. He was in the Dominican Republic. He was in Mexico.
People still believe. They still believe.
Yeah.
It's like,
he's like the Black Elvis, if you will.
Yeah, that's literally what it is.
Yeah, because a lot of people believed Elvis was still alive.
Still believe Elvis is still alive.
Yeah, didn't he die taking a shit?
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, I wouldn't know. I can't say that he was actually taking a shit, but he was found dead on the toilet.
Wow. Well, hey, if you're gonna choose a way to die, that's the one I would choose. But yeah, I'm kind of interested in seeing how McQueen's take on the material, and plus I am curious about the All Eyes on Me documentary. I mean, All Eyes on Me biopic, which is coming out next month, which I'm sure we'll both get a chance to watch. And
spoiler alert: Tupac dies.
Yo, why you gotta tell me that though? Oh my, yo, spoiler alert.
Oh my god, I remember doing that when Straight Outta Compton came out. I did it. I put that as a Facebook status. Mm-hmm. In case you guys want to go to see Straight Outta Compton, Eazy-E dies. Mm-hmm. And one person actually, like most of the people my age, laughed. And this one person who was my age, she really got mad at me because she was like, "Why would you tell me that? I didn't know that." I'm like, he's been dead since '95.
Yeah.
Like,
yo, it's like
yeah, I'm ashamed of you right now.
Yo, it's like people who get mad if you spoil the end of Titanic for them. It's like, yo, when the boat sank, I didn't see that coming. Really? You didn't take a history class?
Okay.
Oh man, but yeah, I'm interested in seeing what McQueen's documentary has to offer, and especially the biopic coming out next month. And besides like Tupac. Well, here's a question before we move on, because Tupac was also a gifted actor as well.
Mm-hmm.
What is your favorite Tupac movie?
Juice.
Right here, high five. Boom, Juice. There it is. I'd say Juice is also my favorite, but you also gotta watch, for those who haven't seen him, Poetic Justice. It's also a cool film. What was another one he did? He did Above the Rim, right?
Yeah. Above the Rim,
Gridlocked, and I feel like I'm there's another one that I'm blanking. I think Gridlocked was the one he did with Mickey Rourke, but
I think that was his last one too.
Yeah.
Gang Related.
Gang Related, yeah.
Gang Related was the one that he did when he died.
Okay, yeah, that one I haven't seen. But yeah, Juice. Speaking of Juice, the 25th anniversary Blu-ray is coming out next month.
You getting it?
Oh yeah, definitely. I'm totally adding that to my collection. I've been wanting to add that movie to my collection for so long.
Mm-hmm.
Next news.
Fanciest the packaging.
It's not a steelbook, unfortunately, but if it was, oh man, I'd pre-order it. But anyway, next headline here: Jason Bateman officially signs on for season 5 of Arrested Development. Bateman announced his upcoming return to the show on his Twitter page. And filming for season 5 of Arrested Development will start this summer. And the show did return on Netflix for its 4th season back in 2013 to mostly positive reviews. Have you seen Arrested Development?
Nope.
It's an awesome show. It's an awesome comedy. The first 3 seasons are incredible. It's like offbeat, absurdist humor. So it's kind of like an offbeat comedy. It's a sitcom, and it's really cool. It's just like sharp, snappy writing and dialogue.
Oh yeah, I've heard of it. I just never took the time out to watch it. And the movie you were talking about with Tupac and Mickey Rourke is called Bullet.
Bullet, there it is. But Arrested Development. I'm kind of curious. I mean, I did watch half of the 4th season. The 4th season I didn't think was as good as the first 3 because the first 3 were just incredible. I think my biggest criticism with season 4 was that all the episodes were 30 minutes long, whereas the sitcom, because of commercial breaks, were 20-minute episodes. So things were like pretty snappy. Where in the 4th season, things kind of felt like they were dragging on, things kind of got stretched out or padded a little. So like I guess like for me the rhythm of the humor was kind of off in the fourth season, but it wasn't a bad show. But I didn't bother really finishing the rest of that season. But I might go back to it now that season 5 is coming out. I do hope that season 5 does bring back that real magic of the first 3 seasons.
Jason Bateman is a funny guy, so I mean.
Oh yeah,
I loved him in Horrible Bosses.
Oh yeah, Horrible Bosses was pretty funny.
That was
hilarious. Have you seen part 2?
I did not.
Yeah, I haven't seen it either. But yeah, Arrested Development, for all you fans, rejoice. And remember, there's always money in the banana stand.
Okay.
It's always there.
Well, Deadpool animated series is coming to FXX. That seems like an appropriate network for a show like that.
Totally.
It really is. The series will be written and executive produced by showrunners Donald Glover and Stephen Glover. The show consists of 10 episodes and will air next year.
Yeah, man. What do you think? Donald Glover, Childish Gambino, and his brother writing the show? Executive producing?
At this point, there's no Deadpool without Ryan Reynolds.
Well, okay, I mean, I would agree with you there as far as like the live action.
Yeah.
But maybe...
wait, this is animated?
Yeah, it's animated.
Oh, yeah, you can pull it off.
Yeah, maybe they'll bring back Ryan Reynolds, or they'll have an actor that can have that same charm, at least in voiceover animated form.
Yeah.
I'm interested in that. I mean, Donald Glover and Stephen Glover, they must be, huge nerds or comic book fans, at least of Deadpool. So I want to see what their spin of the character will be.
I hope it does it justice.
Oh yeah, me too.
Don't do us wrong.
And plus the anime show is going to be like M-rated, MA. So it's still going to bring that raunchy, violent charm from the movie.
Good.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. 10 episodes, that's definitely a good number of episodes instead of stretching it out to like 20 or 24. Yeah. Cool. Speaking of Donald Glover, have you seen his show Atlanta on FX?
No, I always miss it because I'm doing this.
Oh yeah. It comes on Tuesdays?
Yeah. It always came out on Tuesdays and I always miss it because this is what I'm doing.
Exactly. That's what's up. Hey, it's the best reason ever.
It is.
But yeah, Atlanta was a show that yes, Atlanta, it's a show that I really want to get into because I heard it was really good.
Yeah, I've been hearing nothing but good things too.
Yeah, so yeah, looking forward to it. And last headline here, and this is one that I really want to talk about too.
Go ahead, read it.
Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is seriously considering running for president.
He is not.
Johnson talked about his thoughts on running for president in a recent GQ magazine cover story a couple weeks ago. All right.
It's not happening. But I will say this. This election did prove that anybody could be president.
Almost anybody. Because if you're a smart woman, obviously, the country still will vote for an orange-haired racist twat. But, did I go there? Did we get political on the podcast? Who cares? Fuck you. Anyway.
You can take this one. I'm for politics. So go on ahead.
All right.
Go on ahead.
Here's the thing. I mean, I guess with the orange Cheeto in office, I think it's perhaps emboldened maybe other celebrities who can skip the political process and go straight to the presidency and think that, hey, you know what? I have clout. I have millions of fans. I have millions and millions of fans worldwide. I'm universally liked. My movies, I make millions and millions of dollars. So you know what? Hey, I got millions of likes and followers on Twitter, Instagram, social media. So hey, I would make a good commander-in-chief. Here's the thing. I'm a fan of The Rock.
Me too.
I mean, he's perhaps the most charismatic human being I have seen in my lifetime, bar none. And as much as I love The Rock, know your role and shut your mouth. If you want to run for president, no, temper your aspirations. Here's the thing: if there's a celebrity that's worth their salt, who's earnest and has good ideas and wants to work hard for the people, start locally. don't think that you're entitled to run for president just because you have all this, social media and celebrity clout. Start locally, run for governor, run for mayor, run for city councilman or councilwoman, run for alderman, all right? Run for sheriff, whatever. Start locally, start in the community that you're living in. Engage the people that may or may not be your fans. Engage your community, engage your schools and whatnot. Community centers. Start locally, governorship, whatever. Don't think that just because you're a celebrity means that entitles you to say that, hey, I'm gonna run for president now. I'm sick. I am. It's such a sadness that we are living in a time where celebrities can literally believe in their minds that they can run for president. We elected a motherfucking game show host, a reality television game show host / WWE Hall of Famer, who's currently our commander-in-chief. And because he has no political experience, no military experience, he got the presidency. Here's my thing. I believe that there should be a constitutional amendment which would effectively restrict or bar any celebrity or any individual who has no political or no military experience from running for the office of the presidency. If you have no political experience prior to, if you weren't governor, mayor, or whatever, or if you didn't have any military experience, then you should be effectively banned or restricted from running for president. If you don't have those, if you don't accrue that experience before, it's one thing if you accrue that experience before and then run for president, then that's one thing. But if you think that, I have no experience under my belt, I can get the presidency just like that. No, there should be a constitutional amendment that should prevent people from going straight to the top. And if you don't believe me, take a look at what's happening right now in the shit show in the White House. Jesus Christ, man. Ugh. It's a culture of entitlement, where we have reality television. We have a reality television star as our president. Do you think that somebody from the Real Housewives of Ratchetville or Skeezerville or whatever the fuck that is called, you think any of those women can run for president now? You think Tiffany Pollard, aka New York, can think that, hey, it worked for Trump, maybe I can run for president now?
She's working at Subway now.
She's working at Subway?
Last I checked, yeah.
well, okay, well, there you go. Do you think any of the women on Bad Girls Club can run for president?
Because, hey, dropped off the face of the earth. I don't know. Still keeps up with Natalie Nunn.
I don't get it, man. It's like real life idiocracy. What's next? We're gonna have freaking Kim Kardashian or Kanye West run for president in 2020.
He did say it at the VMAs when he got his Vanguard award.
And I would not be surprised if that happens. I would not be surprised if not only Yeezy runs, but there are some dumb idiots out there who actually vote for Yeezy. In the 2020 election. Hey, you know what? Let's ignore a competent, sane, rational, qualified politician who's earnest and is about the goodwill and progress for the American people. Hey, yeah. F all that. Let's elect somebody because, hey, they're trending on Twitter and Instagram and they got millions of likes, bro.
Tell them why you mad, Vic.
I don't know, man.
Honestly, I think that whole thing was just bullshit and he just entertained it because he knows for the fact that a whole bunch of people will put it on their dockets on their podcast and talk about it.
Well, if so, thanks, Rock, because you gave us something to talk about. Well, I didn't mean to go off the reservation and rant and rave like that, but
yeah, you did.
Yeah, I totally did. But I know you got some. Yeah, I know. Any other thoughts about that as far as
I literally just said I think he literally just said, "Oh, run for president," and just entertained it. And maybe he was only joking about it. It's just that the writer just re-edited the article and made it seem like he was seriously considering it. He ain't thinking about doing that shit.
I don't think
he's not.
Maybe there's an inkling that maybe he could seriously consider running, but the thing is like, Like,
if I ran for president, would you vote for me?
no, but here's the thing, though.
Vote for your ass either. Shit.
Well, there you go.
You
well,
neither.
Well, oh man, what was I gonna say about him running? The thing is, like, with The Rock running, I mean, do you honestly think that The Rock would really be willing to leave his multi-millions that he's making in profitable movies behind for what's arguably the most thankless job you can think of in government, being the president?
I don't want to be president.
Yeah, I mean,
you see how stressful that job takes a toll on you.
Absolutely.
You see, look at a picture of Obama from 2008,
mm-hmm.
and then now.
Yeah, just all gray hairs, man. Yeah, I mean, and especially having to deal with all the bureaucracy and the political squabbling and the partisanship between obstructionist Republicans and progressive Democrats.
And I'm petty. I will start a war.
There you go.
Are you serious? You?
No.
All right. But yeah, man. I mean,
I can't wait to watch this back just so I can see the look on your face.
I mean, I don't know, man. I mean, it's just. I mean, I don't know. It just.
They have somebody assassinated though.
Well, come on, dude. Yeah. See, this
Think somebody disappeared.
This is why we need competent, sane, rational, right-thinking people in the White House and all levels of government. All right.
Oh Lord.
I mean, shoot, but hey, I'm so. I mean, I didn't mean to rant rave. We usually don't get political on the Codex Prime podcast.
We do not get political.
We don't. We try to kind of.
We like to have fun. Damn it.
Yes, we like to have fun, but sometimes there are cases that sometimes politics does creep in because it has such an impact on our lives, and sometimes we gotta touch on it, and we'd be sort of. It would be really unsettling if we didn't touch on these things sometimes, but.
I hate politics.
Yeah, I mean,
it just brings out such a negative energy out of people. Hence.
Well, I mean, politics to me, I regard it as like taxes. It's something that nobody likes, but you have to follow it because it affects our lives in all capacities. But otherwise, I mean, on the flip side of that, I mean, if you're apolitical, then you're being apathetic. And that's not cool because if you're totally indifferent to what's going on, then it's like you kind of deserve all the misery that happens to you in that case.
Not really. I mean,
but
I just don't like that energy around me.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I totally agree. But anyway, moving on. Like I said, send your thoughts, send your political or non-political or nerdy thoughts to the Codex Prime podcast at gmail.com.
No political thoughts. Please.
Yeah, or maybe tone it down a little bit. Yeah.
No, don't even do it at all.
All right. Well, Codex Prime.
We like to have fun.
Yes, we do like to have fun on here. Codex Prime podcast at gmail.com. Send in your emails, your thoughts, your well wishes, comments, critiques, whatever. So on that note, speaking of emails. I think we do have an email this week.
We do, from a friend of the show, Furman.
Go on, brother. we haven't heard from Furman in a while, aka my arch nemesis.
Yep. So he ain't number 21.
Okay.
Back again to talk some shit, boys. First off, a damn shame that Aris and Maurice are going to be leaving the podcast. I do wish them luck with whatever it is that they will be doing. So that leaves me with Carl and Victor. Oh boy. Don't worry too much, guys. I will continue to support the show whenever I can. Don't want to miss those good old car reviews and slice your wrist movie recommendation Victor gives. Yay. But on to the main point of my email. Guardians of the Galaxy was a bad movie. Hot take. The first one was better by miles, and Victor brings up a good point in that they gave you shit tons more of what they thought you would like from the first one. I don't know when Drax and Rockets became fucking assholes. Mm-hmm. You want to tell Drax you want to tell me Drax doesn't understand sarcasm? Fine, but Sheldon from Big Bang doesn't either. And you don't see him calling Amy a disgusting creature.
Mm-hmm.
Short of shoving Baby Groot in your ass, I got tired real quick of seeing him on screen. Overall, I'm glad I only paid Tuesday special theater prices for this movie. Oh, and And so on to my favorite video game soundtrack, which was last week's question of the week. He says Castlevania Symphony of the Night, Metal Gear Snake Eater, Ni no Kuni, the Diablo series, and Final Fantasy VII. A great soundtrack really helps the video game stand the test of time. Until next time, boys, let's keep the pod going. Number one primer, your boy Furman.
All right. Well, thank you, Furman, for that email. And,
appreciate it, bro.
Oh yeah, and I forgot to mention. Yeah, Snake Eater is a fantastic soundtrack too. All right. And thank you, Furman, for agreeing with my take on Guardians 2.
For once.
Yeah, for once we are in agreement. Guardians 2 had a lot of promise, but gave you more of what they thought you wanted, and it turned out.
I still found it very enjoyable. Yeah, I got a nice little experience out of it. So
yeah, indeed. And besides, like I said, it's not DCEU awful, so it has that going for it.
There's light.
There is light and bright colors. And there's joy. So
Speaking
at least.
of which, Wonder Woman comes out in what, 2 weeks?
Yes, June 2nd, I believe. Yes. Yeah.
That's gonna be funny.
Oh yeah, Wonder Woman.
We're still gonna watch it regardless. So just.
Yeah, I'm still gonna watch it, but fourth time's the charm, maybe.
I thought it was third time.
Well, you got to count Man of Steel, Batman vs Superman, and Suicide Squad. And just like those movies, I'm going into Wonder Woman saying, I hope they don't screw this one up.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, let's move on to the question of the week. Like we said previously, what is your favorite video game soundtrack? On Instagram, Devon521, who actually sent us in some artwork a while back, so keep up the good work, Devon. He says, Final Fantasy VII, Crisis Core song number 1, One Winged Eagle song number 2, and For Those Who Fight. Okay. Asia Be Like, Grand Theft Auto, hands down. Especially Grand Theft Auto 5. I rotate between like 4 or 5 different radio stations. And John Haponic, Heavy Rain by Norman Corbeil. I hope I said that right. So yeah, good answers, guys. So this week's question of the week: What is the worst movie starring a professional wrestler?
Worst movie starring a professional wrestler.
Right. All the good ones star The Rock, so I can't say that. So let's go with the worst.
The Rock has made his fair share of clunkers, but
oh yeah, Doom, Tooth Fairy.
For me, oh man, probably you can check off a lot of Hogan movies starring Hulk Hogan. No Holds Barred, Suburban Commando.
That's my answer. Suburban Commando was the worst. The worst. And The Undertaker was in it.
Yeah, didn't he? And he had like a little kid's voice.
Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah.
3 Ninjas, High Noon, and Mega Mountain.
Oh, that's right. Hogan was in that too.
Yeah.
Damn.
This wasn't a movie, but Thunder in Paradise, his TV show.
Oh yeah, it was a TV show. Or was it a made-for-TV movie?
It was a TV show.
Oh, I remember watching a couple episodes. I was like, no, stick to wrestling, brah. Blade Trinity. Triple H was in it. Yeah, Triple H. Oof. An actor, he certainly is not. But Blade Trinity was whack for many other reasons, not just Triple H. So I don't
Ready to Rumble?
To be fair, I haven't seen Ready to Rumble.
Me neither. I don't even want to. That was made at the time where like WCW was at their lowest.
Yeah. That movie started...
David Arquette was their world champion.
Oh my god.
I'm not even bullshitting. It's not even just for the movie. David Arquette was the WCW champion.
I remember that. Oh my god. I couldn't think of a more facepalm what the fuck moment than him winning the world title. Although I did read somewhere that there was some good that came out of that, because David Arquette, he was a wrestling fan at the time, and even he told WCW, even he knew that it wouldn't be a good idea to put the belt on him.
Listen, at that time nobody gave a fuck about WCW. WCW did not give a fuck about WCW.
They really didn't. But like David Arquette, like
the wrestlers were ready to go at that point.
They were, but for Arquette, like what he did to kind of make up for that, like all the money that he made from that angle, he actually gave to the families of Darren Drozdov, Owen Hart, and Brian Pillman.
Awesome.
Yeah, so for him, at least some positive came out of that.
So yeah, let us know. That will be up on our social media feeds within a day or two. And like we said, email the show, codexpodcast@gmail.com. You can find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, SoundCloud, iTunes. Leave us that 5-star review. It will definitely help us out. And once again, thank you for rocking with us for, I think, this week made 2 years.
Yeah, the thing is this week, right?
See, this week or next week. Probably.
Yeah.
We'll double check.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we're pretty much at our 2-year anniversary of the show since we started back in May 2015, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, still going on strong, and
big things are coming. Big things are coming. Stay tuned.
Oh yes, indeed. And once again, we thank you for listening, thank you for watching, and we will catch you next week with more hot nerd fire and all that stuff. So, yeah, peace out, nerds.
Later.